The severe flooding has forced South African authorities to close parts of the world-famous Kruger National Park. Days of heavy rain has caused rivers to overflow, inundating large areas of the reserve and also disrupting tourist access. South African national parks have said that Kruger National Park was closed to day visitors after several rivers burst their banks following relentless rainfall. The tourists already staying inside of the park have been allowed to remain, but the authorities evacuated areas near the Letaba River as a safety precaution.
We have also closed the Parabura gate, which was the only gate essentially that was open to enter the north of the park. We've closed it this afternoon, Thursday, the 15th of January. We'll close it for 24 hours and monitor what is happening in that particular site. The Letaba River has lost its wall. The Olifants is becoming full. That's why we closed those parts of the park. Some of the roads infrastructure has been affected, they've been washed away, and we've lost about 2 bridges, and some of the bridges are covered in the water, as you see behind us here. That this is the road that leads you to the north of the park.
And video shows vast stretches of the Kruger submerged under fast-moving floodwaters with only treetops visible above the surface. The roads are underwater and multiple park routes have been shut. Officials say that they are not overly concerned about wildlife, as animals typically move to higher ground during the floods. Flooding across southeastern Africa has become more frequent and intense, a trend scientists link to climate change and stronger storms. Some tourists inside the Kruger National Park are taking the disruption in their stride. South African visitor Gerhard Ackerman watched the floodwaters from his lodge veranda. And the authorities say that the situation remains under close watch, with access to Kruger gates and roads to be reviewed as water levels continue to change. And our correspondent Calvin Ongwu has sent us this report. Listen in.
Weather conditions have been rough in country's 2 provinces, Limpopo and Mpumalanga, this week. Kruger National Park, South Africa's most famous wildlife reserve that fall under these 2 provinces, temporarily shut its gates to visitors on Thursday after weeks of torrential rainfall triggered deadly flooding. The South African Weather Service on Thursday said the rain is expected to continue until at least Monday, raising concerns about further damage to roads, bridges and camps. Authorities have said a timely intervention has put the situation under control at the parks, but they will continue to monitor and assess the situation. Tourism Minister said access to affected areas of the park will be reopened only when conditions are confirmed to be safe. This is Calden Omo from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.